Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something that can totally change how confident you sound in English, your pronunciation. We're going to break down 5 of the most common mistakes, and I'll give you some really simple physical tricks to fix them for good. Let's jump right in.
So, have you ever been in that situation where you say something in English, you think you're being totally clear, but the other person just looks at you and goes, "Sorry? What was that?" It's such an awkward moment, right? But here's the good news. 9 times out of 10, that's not a vocabulary problem. It's a pronunciation problem. And today, we are going to fix it.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to tackle 5 key areas. First, that classic W versus V mix-up. Then we'll look at silent letters, the sneaky ones you're not supposed to say. After that, the super tricky TH sound. Then we'll find the rhythm with word stress, and finally, we'll talk about the soft English R. By the time we're done, you're going to have all the tools you need to speak way more clearly.
So, let's get on the same page. What is this pronunciation problem we're trying to fix? Well, it's simple. Pronunciation isn't about how a word is spelled. It's all about how it sounds. And in English, what you see on the page and what you say out loud are often 2 totally different things. That's where all the confusion starts.
Just look at the word knife. It's spelled K-N-I-F-E. Now, if you just read that literally, you might say something like knife. But we don't say that, do we? Nope, the K is completely silent. We just say knife. Getting this difference between spelling and sound right is one of the biggest keys to sounding natural and confident.
First up, let's talk about one of the absolute most common mix-ups for Indian English speakers, the W and the V sounds. We have this habit of using them like they're the same thing, but they're not. The fix, though, is surprisingly simple. It's all about the shape of your mouth.
You know what I'm talking about. We often say VATER when we mean water, or vine when we mean wine. This happens because we're just making that same V sound for both letters. But in reality, they need 2 completely different positions for your mouth.
Okay, here is the secret. For a W sound, you need to make your lips round, almost like you're about to whistle, or say ooh. Try it with me. Wah, wah, wah. Notice your teeth aren't doing anything. Now for the V sound, you need to gently bite your lower lip with your upper teeth and push the air out. V, v, v. See? Totally different movements, totally different sounds.
All right, let's practice this out loud. It's the only way it'll stick. For the W words, remember, round lips. Say it with me. Water, wine, nice. Now for the V words, remember, teeth on the lip. Let's go. Very, voice, fantastic. Just remember that. W is round, V is a bite. It's that simple.
Okay, next on our list is something that feels like a weird secret code in English. I'm talking about silent letters. These are the letters that are literally written down in a word, but you are never, ever supposed to actually say them.
Oh man, English is just full of these little traps. In knife, you don't say the K. In listen, the T is silent. In the word hour, that H at the beginning, gone. And in write, you don't hear the W. Knowing which letters to ignore is a massive step towards sounding more natural.
Okay, time to practice again. Let's say these words the right way and just totally ignore those sneaky silent letters. You ready? Knife, just knife. Listen, just listen. Hour, just hour. Write, just write. Awesome job. See, you're already sounding better.
All right, let's tackle the big one. I think for a lot of us, the TH sound can feel like the final boss of English pronunciation. It feels really unnatural at first. But trust me, there's a super simple physical trick to get it right every single time.
So what do we usually do? We replace the TH sound with either a D or a T. So the becomes de and think becomes tink. And that's totally understandable. The TH sound just doesn't really exist in a lot of Indian languages. But that's okay, because we can learn to create it.
The whole secret is in your tongue. All you have to do is place the very tip of your tongue gently between your front teeth. Let it stick out just a little bit. Now, blow air through that tiny gap. You should feel a little vibration, kind of like a buzzing sound. The. That's it. That's the sound you're looking for.
Okay, let's try it with some actual words. Don't forget, tongue between the teeth. Say it with me now. The, think, that, 3. A great tip is to actually do this in front of a mirror. If you can see the tip of your tongue peeking out, you know you're doing it right.
Okay, let's move on to something that's a little more musical.
It's called word stress. Basically, every English word with more than one syllable has a beat. There's one part of the word that you say a little louder and a little stronger than the rest. And trust me, getting this stress right is absolutely critical.
If you put the stress on the wrong part of the word, it can sound completely unrecognizable. For example, it's not photograph, it's photograph. The beat is on that first syllable. Or think about this one. It's not important, it's important, with the stress right in the middle. Finding that beat makes all the difference in the world.
So let's try something fun. Let's make it physical with a little clapping drill. We're going to clap on the part of the word that gets the stress. You ready? First up, photograph. We clap on pho. Good. Next, important. We clap on poor. How about computer? Clap on pew. And one more, beautiful. We clap on bew. See, it's a really fun way to practice finding the rhythm in these words.
And for our fifth and final point, let's talk about the letter R. Now, in languages like Hindi, the R sound is really strong and rolled. You can feel your tongue tapping the roof of your mouth. But in English, it's much, much softer. Just listen to the difference. A Hindi R sounds like R, 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 M. It's a strong, rolled sound. Now listen to the English R, like in the word river. It's way softer, right? The secret is this. For the English R, your tongue actually pulls back and curls up a little bit inside your mouth, but, and this is the important part, it never actually touches the roof of your mouth.
Let's give it a try. Remember, keep your tongue curled back, not touching anything. Say it with me. River, road, right. Can you feel that difference? It's a smooth, soft sound. That's the perfect English R.
Wow, okay, we covered a lot, so let's do a super fast recap. Number 1, for W, round your lips. For V, bite your lip. 2, if a letter is silent, just pretend it isn't there. 3, for that TH sound, your tongue has to peek out between your teeth. 4, find the beat and stress the right syllable. And number 5, use that soft English R by curling your tongue back, not rolling it.
You know, mastering just these 5 points will make your English sound so much clearer. But please remember, this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It really takes practice. So talk to yourself in the mirror, read a book out loud. Don't ever be afraid to make mistakes. The goal isn't to be perfect, it's to communicate. Thanks so much for joining me. Keep practicing and keep growing.